everybody. Welcome back to Coffee and the Tea. So glad you decided to stop by and see what kind of tea I am sipping on today. I think we got some really good tea, and I know we have a really good stupid people doing stupid stuff. It is unbelievable. So if you stay to the end, it is worth it. But before we get started, if you hadn't subscribed, come on, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload, and give me a thumbs up to feed that algorithm that is not putting my podcast out there. So do your part and give me a thumbs up. All right, let's get into the tea. First up is Miss Cardi B. Cardi has filed for divorce from her husband Offset for the 155 times, maybe 600 times. I don't know. I have lost count at this point. But she announced yesterday that she was filing for divorce from Offset. And I found this article on people.com. We're going to read a little bit of it and then we'll discuss. It says Cardi B files for primary custody of daughter Culture and son Wave amidst divorce procedures with Offset. According to a report from page 6, the I Like It rapper 31 is requesting primary custody of her daughter Culture 6, her son Wave 2.5, as she files for divorce from her husband Offset 32 after 6 years of marriage. A rep for Cardi B did not immediately return people's request for comment on Thursday, August 1st, and the divorce filing was not publicly available at press time. So we don't know if they're going to get a divorce or not. They saying that she is saying they're getting a divorce, but we all know Cardi has said that they were getting a divorce pretty much every 2 or 3 weeks. All right, so we don't know. But I will say this. Offset is older, growing older. He's 32 years old, but he is not growing wiser. He has a good woman in Cardi B. He has a faithful woman in Cardi B. Is Cardi B loud? Is Cardi B, if you come for Cardi B, will Cardi B say, okay, let's do this? Yes, that's the personality of Cardi B. But Cardi B also, if you really look and you're not being prejudiced about the outside, how she looked, but really look at her for who she is, Cardi B is a good woman who loves her husband and loves her children. And that is clear for anybody objectively to see. And she's also a hardworking woman who knows how to put money in the family bank account. But Offset wants to be with these street women. You know, the kind with the booty cheeks out in the club. But what he is failing to understand, those women are looking at his bank account. Okay? They're not going to do any addition like Cardi does. They're going to do subtraction. And he better hope that he stays famous and rich. Because if he lose rich, it won't matter if he's famous or not. It is plenty of famous people with no money that TMZ have on the front pages laughing at. So he better hope that he holds on to some money with these street women, because just as easily as they come, they go. But if he had any wisdom, he would know that his wife is really all that. She's a package. She's beautiful. She's smart, because she was able to parlay a stripping career into a superstar status career. So she's not a stupid woman. And she loves him and she loves their family. And he is really stupid for leaving that. And time has a way of teaching you lessons that you are resistant to. And I think time is going to teach him that, because while Cardi is going to continue to rise, he will fall. And I said what I said. Moving on. It's more Cardi B news. Cardi B announced, after she announced she was getting a divorce, she posted this picture right here. I hope y'all can see it. The reflection I know is bad, but it is a picture of her and her stomach. Cardi B is pregnant. She is pregnant, I am sure, with Offset's child. Because she's not the kind of woman to be pregnant by anybody except her husband. You can mark that down. As my grandmother used to say, you can put your foot on that one. And so let's read a little bit of that and we will talk about it. It says Cardi B announced that she is pregos. I found this in TMZ.com. It says, on the heels of divorce news, Cardi B is having another baby. Sometimes, I mean, some things she, I mean, some things she just announced on, something that she just announced online. I'll get it right in a minute. Something she just announced online. This hours after, just this hours. What kind of writing is that? It's supposed to be just hours after she filed for divorce from Offset. Divorce papers that hadn't been found yet. We haven't found those divorce papers yet. They're unavailable, but we might find them. And I think she'll do good to do just what she says and go on with her life and her babies. Because what one man do not treasure and confuse for trash, another will find value in it. Move it on. The rapper broke the news Thursday, posting a picture of herself and her exposed belly on IG and added a lengthy caption that read, and I'm not going to go through it all, but basically she's talking to her unborn child and telling the unborn child how important it is to her. Y'all excuse me about my voice. I don't know what's going on with it. So basically, it's something that she had to do because she is far along. Cardi is far along. You can see this is another picture of her, and you can see that she is alone. But I just feel bad for her because I know a pregnant woman wants to be with the father of the child if she loves him. And Cardi B, you can say a lot about Cardi B, but Cardi B loves Offset and she loves her family. And anybody who is objective can see that. Now, Cardi B, she comes back at the trolls. She's not one to hold her tongue. And for me, I'm kind of like that myself, so I kind of feel for her because the trolls be coming for Cardi for no reason. Sometimes for good reason, but most of the time not. And she is not one to hold her tongue. So she gets a bad rap, and the way she dressed and a lot of things. She gets a bad rap. But I see a good person. I see a good person behind all the makeup, behind all the nails, behind all the booty cheeks being out. She loves her husband and her family. and he is making a mistake, especially now that a third little baby is on the way. So, all my love to Cardi B. Let's keep going. Don Lemon. Don Lemon is suing Elon Musk. Don Lemon had a deal with Elon Musk Don Lemon used to be on CNN. He was fired off of CNN over some BS. I'm not a fan of Don Lemon, and I won't get into why, but I'm not a fan of his because he said some negative stuff about one of my faves. So I'm not a fan of him, but it is what it is. And I think you have to call things the way they are. Don Lemon, after leaving CNN, made a deal with X, and Elon Musk owns X, to post on X, and he was going to get some revenue from advertisement, and Elon Musk said he was going to pay him $1.5 million. Don Lemon did one post on X, and I think it was the interview with Elon Musk. Now I saw the interview that Don Lemon did with Elon Musk, and I think that was the post. I may be wrong, but after seeing that interview with Elon Musk, I knew Elon Musk was going to act out and act up, and that's exactly what he did. He did not honor his agreement. So now Don Lemon is suing him. Elon Musk didn't honor that agreement because if you watch that interview, Don Lemon went to his refrigerator and got butter, smeared it all over Elon Musk, and put him in the oven and roasted him. Don Lemon took a spit and put it up Elon Musk's back and put him over an open fire and continued to turn him over and over and over. I know I'm being dramatic, but Don Lemon roasted Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, and it's scary when you hear him speak. What he said about black people and minorities is scary. Elon Musk is a product of South Africa and apartheid. His family was wealthy because of emerald mines, stolen, taken over from black people. So this is the mindset of Elon Musk. And Elon Musk got on there talking crazy, saying that affirmative action was about lowering the standards in order for black people to qualify to be doctors and lawyers and getting into universities and colleges. And Don Lemon proceeded to sit him down at the table, give him a pencil and a paper, and educated him and told him to take notes. Don Lemon told him that that's not what affirmative action was about. It is not about lowering the standards. It is about expanding the pool and creating inclusion. The standards are the same for everybody, but to be able to bring in people of color because we are a minority. And if you just go by all the ones that are submitted, then you're going to have more white people because you're going to have more white people applying. But in order to give people of color more of an opportunity, that's what affirmative action was about. Is expanding it in order to give more opportunity, not to lower the standards. Elon Musk was talking about they lowered the standards for people who are airline pilots. I mean, it was crazy talk. And if you have the opportunity to go, I think it's on YouTube, and see that interview, it is Looney Tunes on steroids. And after it came out and people saw that interview, Elon Musk knew right then and there he could not have Don Lemon on X, and he would not honor that contract. Let's read a little bit what Don Lemon said. It said Don Lemon is taking legal action against Elon Musk after his X show was unceremoniously canceled after one episode. And I'm thinking that was the episode. Now claiming he was never paid properly. The longtime newsman hit the tech CEO with a lawsuit Thursday in which he alleged that Elon Musk refused to pay him, and I'm sure he did because most of the time when people are like him, they're very thin-skinned. Look at Trump. They cannot take any kind of pushback. And especially if you have prejudice and a black man is the one who pushing back with knowledge, they have a problem with that. And he had a problem with it. Let's go on. In which he alleged that Elon Musk refused to pay him after their deal fell apart. According to documents obtained by TMZ, Elon made a verbal promise to pay Don Lemon $1.5 million a year to make videos for X as a way to draw in dwindling advertisers. Now, I know that a verbal agreement is just as binding as a written one, but a verbal agreement is very, very hard to prove. So, all I can say to Don Lemon is good luck because we all know the richest man in the world is going to have the best lawyers. So, I really don't have a dog in this fight. Like I said, I don't care for Don Lemon and I really don't care for Elon Musk. So I'll just keep y'all abreast of what happens and see if Elon Musk decides to settle. Going on. Next up is Simone Biles. I love Simone Biles and I love her husband, Jonathan Owens. They are a sweet, sweet young couple. Here's a picture of them. After she won her gold medal, she is now the GOAT of gymnastics. She is the most decorated gymnast in history. And her husband, who is a football player with the Chicago Bears, came from training camp, flew all the way so he could see his wife make history. They are a sweet, sweet couple. And for some reason, people love to come at them. Why, I don't know. But here's a picture of them after she won her medal together. And as you see, he has her medal around her neck. And of course, the trolls, the haters, they came out under her post saying all kinds of nonsense about her husband having her medal around his neck. For some reason, trolls and haters have been trying to break up this couple for some reason. I don't know. But I think they're a sweet couple. He seems like a sweet young man. They seem like they love one another. What is the problem here? What is the problem? But Simone is not a shrinking violet. She said under the after people was the trolls. and you know it's always a few trolls, come at her husband. She came back with, "Y'all are freaking miserable. Leave us alone." I don't think I could put it any better than that. This man flew all the way from Chicago to Paris to be with his wife, to be there to support her. If he hadn't did that, you would have said he was horrible. I mean, it's as if they are against this young couple. But you know, I think Simone has it right. They are miserable. They're living in their mom's basement or in their childhood bedroom. Their feet are crusty. They get up at 12 o'clock noon, go and get something to eat, and then jump on the computer and spew all this hate towards people who are actually doing something with their lives. Stop it. Moving on. Next is stupid people doing stupid stuff. And I must say, if you have hung in there with me to the end of this podcast, I am not going to disappoint you with the stupid. These are the people. Those are our stupid people for today. And it reads as follows: Dad left daughter who cannot be trusted tied to a tree for days with a hole in her leg. He stated this was the only option to keep her restrained because he did not know what else to do to help her, said authorities. An Oklahoma couple is behind bars after the man's daughter. If you hear that little rattling, that's my dog. A Oklahoma couple is behind bars after the man's daughter was allegedly found tied to a tree near a chicken coop, with a witness saying she had been there for days. The startling discovery was made Sunday morning as deputies from the Washington County office responded to a child abuse call. According to Law and Crime citing possible cause arrest affidavit, someone called the police saying a 15-year-old girl was tied up in a backyard with a hole in her leg and lesions on her arms. Per the caller, the girl had been there for 3 days and they were sneaking her food. What kind of neighborhood is this? That they did not call the police earlier and they waited 3 days? I would have been ashamed to say it. When deputies arrived at the scene, they found the teen sitting on a piece of carpet by the chicken coop with a ratchet light tied down strap around her and a bandage below her knee. Authorities said that her the authorities said the girl, her father, and his girlfriend was visiting from Texas. A woman the girl identified as her grandmother said that she was too afraid of the father, 40-year-old Johnny James. Two first names. What does that say? Okay. First of all, a grandmother afraid of the son or the son-in-law. I am Black, and as a Black person in our culture, I don't know a grandmother who is afraid of their son or son-in-law. Just saying. It's mostly the other way around. So I don't know if I can swallow that one. Speaking to authorities, he allegedly said the girl was tied up because she could not be trusted and likes to lie. Johnny explained that times she was left outside was to go to the store or to church this morning due to her peeing and pooping on herself and not wanting it inside, so they set her outside that way there is no mess. Now these are people who are visiting from Texas now, and they are, I guess, at his mother's house or her mother's house because it's the grandmother. And well, I guess it's his mother's house because this is the girlfriend, so it's his mother's house. So his mother is afraid of him? Okay. And so he is tying her out there like a dog and went to church. James allegedly, this is the funniest part about it. I'm just going to say they own a $500,000 bond, both of them. They're charged with, he's charged with aggravated child abuse. She's charged with enabling child neglect. Both are being held on the $500,000 bond. The teen was treated for her injuries and now with DHS. And the other children, it was other children in the house, they are also in child protective services. But what he said is so strange. He said, well, now that the authorities has gotten involved, he just figures that he should figure out a better way to do it next time. He really thinks that he gonna get another shot at this. Tell me I don't bring the stupid. That is so stupid. All right, y'all. See you next time. Bye.